you mentioned the inattentive ADHD would be more the wallflower. Um,
Yes, yeah, absolutely. They don't have the hyperactive piece, or they don't have the impulse control piece. So they tend not to be children that act out. They are the children that will seem to be daydreaming in class, will forget things at home a lot, or forget where they put things. And but because they're not acting out, they're not troublemakers, they often don't get, they're not the squeaky wheel, so they often don't get the grease until, grades really start deteriorating. Maybe this is a child that's not learning to read as quickly, or doesn't turn homework in all the time, and so grades start getting impacted.
so,
That's
so that's when it gets noticed. There's no other real common indicators that people would notice.
No, because there aren't typically the behavior issues, right? So, and there isn't really homework. Well, there shouldn't be anyway, in kindergarten, first grade, second grade.
Right.
So
Right.
when we start to expect higher reasoning, when you start to read to learn instead of learning to read in third grade,
Mhm.
um, that might be when, uh-oh, what's going on with this child? Starts to become a little more noticeable. Percentage-wise, also, ADHD inattentive type tends to be diagnosed more in girls. Of course, it's not exclusive.
So I actually, that leads me to something interesting. I just recently, we have an online dyslexia screener, and I took the data from that screener and just did a really deep dive into that data, and I found quite a few interesting things. But one of the interesting things that I just was really baffling to me was that I found that these are parents taking the screener for the child, and just
Mhm.
filling in, and I found that the boys that were the screener was being taken for, the median age that was between 5 and 7, maybe 5 and 8. The girls was between 14 and 16, and
Wow.
these are these are girls that are having problems in reading. So whether it's dyslexia or possibly the inattentive ADHD, I don't know if there's a relationship here, but that just really that stands out to me, that this inattentive ADHD would not get noticed.
Yeah,
Um,
that's interesting. I mean, I'm not all that surprised, I think, because girls have a tendency to be, I hate to stereotype across the board, but right, it's
it,
just that frequently girls might have a tendency to be more people pleasers and will just push through and try to go unnoticed and just do what they have to do, and so they might not. But there
yeah,
could be a correlation between inattentive ADHD and
yeah,
dyslexia.
yeah. That's I mean, everybody I've spoken to has had the same thing, that girls typically are higher on the agreeableness scale, and so
Right.
therefore would go, and then they'll use. I've had girls in my class, and the way they'll avoid things is being cute,
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
and it works. It worked, and so um, they can divert your attention from problems in a way that they can be pretty skilled at it, actually.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's amazing the coping factors that are developed, right?
Right.